Throughout the past 3 months, we have learned more about behavior and how it affects different organizations. We, as a group, have been tasked with identifying an organization on campus that could benefit from application of various organizational behavior principles. One of our group members, Sierra, has worked at the UNC Visitors Center over the past 3 years and has a unique insight into the problems that face an on-campus organization.
The Visitor Center is a small workplace located inside the Moorhead Planetarium. It has several functions. These functions include public campus tours, employee tours, general visitor assistance, middle school college outreach programs, and connecting the university to people from around the world.
Currently, for many of the employees, there is low skill variety, task significance, and feedback. Workers at the Visitor Center typically feel unsatisfied because tasks are repetitive and aren't challenging. Work-study students feel frustrated that they often spend time sending weekly emails that coworkers don't read and spell-checking documents that aren't used. Each worker is assigned to either the middle school program or tours and administrative work. Consequently, they don't achieve great job enlargement or enrichment. In both programs, the director typically filters projects through the administrative worker, who passes less significant tasks down to work-study students. Since these students don't choose the projects themselves, they most often engage in mundane, rudimentary tasks. When they do have the opportunity to engage in more stimulating tasks, they rarely receive feedback on their progress or final product, leaving many of the workers feeling that their contributions aren't helping the organization. The combination of these problems has created an environment where bright, hardworking students are not motivated to do more than the bare minimum.
Our plan is to use job design theory to improve the organization, making the experience more interesting, challenging, and motivating. The characteristics of this model include feedback, autonomy, skill variety, task identity, and task significance. All of these lead to a higher employee motivation, satisfaction, and better performance. For this specific organization, we are going to enlarge and enrich students' roles by focusing on skill variety, task significance, and specifically feedback.
Instead of having students only help with either the middle school program or administrative tasks, we're suggesting they have the option to participate in both. While these programs each utilize different teams, undergraduate workers are very capable of contributing to all of them. For example, workers who typically work with middle schoolers, giving them campus tours, sharing their college experiences, and encouraging them to ask questions about UNC, could apply the same knowledge to visitor tours. Additionally, students who typically produce informative materials could benefit from experience fielding questions from visitors. While there will always be some boring tasks that need to be done, this allows students to have more variety. Also, by allowing students the option to participate in new tasks, they will have more flexibility to gravitate toward roles that they find more significant. For example, if one of the employees is an education major with the goal of going into teaching, they would have the ability to work with students on a daily basis in addition to administrative work. Because this employee is someone who values the student learning process, it would give them greater meaning in their job because they know they're positively impacting children.
To guide students through their new roles, we recommend that the UNC Visitor Center create an informal feedback system. All leaders who engage with work-study students will be encouraged to provide written comments on all submitted administrative work and verbal observations regarding tours and the middle school program. By having a formal and informal feedback system, the UNC Visitor Center would create more satisfied and happy employees because as students develop their skills, they will know what they need to work on as well as how they can improve if they are not performing as they should. In order to stay in communication on what projects are happening, we are also suggesting a monthly Google form that each employee fills out stating what their name, role and position, and current activities, work, or project they are working on. And lastly, an assessment of their personal opinion of their own progress.
While it is important for employees to feel engaged in the type of work they're doing, it is just as important that employees feel engaged with the people around them. The significance of personal relationships in the workplace is often overlooked and is one component that the job characteristics model fails to address. Knowing this, we recommend that the Visitor Center implement specific events in which the employees can get to know each other on a personal level and form close relationships. Whether the organization decides to implement an annual retreat or hold a monthly social event such as a potluck dinner at the director's house, the Visitor Center should focus on fostering personal relationships between its workers to increase motivation and overall job satisfaction. Having a friend at work provides another reason to go in every day, and these types of strong relationships will lead to more cohesiveness, integration, and productivity throughout the workplace. Given that the Visitor Center's employees serve as representatives for the university on a daily basis, it's vital that they constantly feel motivated and engaged with their job. By increasing worker autonomy and focusing on creating an environment that stimulates employee relationships, the Visitor Center can foster an enhanced experience for both its own workers and the university's campus visitors.